Hey guys, welcome back to another video and another episode on the channel today. And the sun's in my eyes, and that doesn't help that you're putting me more into the sun, and that might help a little bit. Yeah, that helps. Right, anyway, welcome back guys, and we're doing a harvest video today, and we've got a few things to harvest. It's not a big harvest. No, normally our harvests are quite big, but today isn't it? It's just a couple things. But before we do jump into it, if you haven't already, make sure you do like the video if you want to, and subscribe if you are new. So hit those post notification bell so you're notified when I upload my brand new videos. But let's jump straight into harvesting. So you can see the courgette plants are recovering, and they're now green, which is what they were like last year. And you can also see that the flowers are starting to get quite big as well. There's some growing through, but we've only got one to harvest today, and it is quite a big one. So my dad will just show you before I do harvest it. So it's that courgette there. So it's quite big. It's probably bigger in real life than what it is on camera. We can probably see it a little bit better than what you guys can. So I'm just gonna get in there. Hard to get to with the secateurs. I'm just going to pull it off. Right, so there's our courgette, and yeah, it's actually quite weighty. You could use it as a weight. But yeah, it's quite big. You can see. That's quite nice. That's our first like courgette, our big courgette since they've didn't do so well. They've recovered now, so let's put this into the bowl of harvests. Right, so let's take this over to our next harvest, which is going to be 2 runner beans. Also, we just picked this one off. It was it's a little bit smaller than the other one, but it needed to come off at some point. So let's now take the bowl of harvest out of our one harvest to our runner beans, where we have a couple to pick. And at some point, I think we're going to be taking them out, because this will be probably the last harvest of them. And the plant at the top is starting to go a little bit brown. So let's go over now and harvest. So this is a nice little harvest, and this will be the last of the runner beans, and we'll be taking them out of this at some point because the plants aren't in best condition. So now we'll do it like a stir fry for the 3 of us, maybe not for the 3 of us, it's quite. And some of them are like really big, so they'll be used as peas probably. Let me put them in there. So the next thing we're going to be harvesting is beetroots, and these are going to be mini beetroots there. The beetroots aren't going to grow any bigger because the plants are quite old. So let's go just about 8 foot to the left of me, and let's harvest some beetroots. And this bowl's already getting quite heavy. So we finished harvesting the beetroot, and I'm just doing what we normally do, and I'm trimming off the tops. So this is how I do it. I leave a little bit on the bottom. So I just do it like that. I leave a little bit on the bottom, and then I just clean up this little bit. So my candy floss in a veg form. So these are our beetroot leaves. We saved some of them for dinner tonight. We've got a mackerel, sun-dried tomato, and pasta dish. So these all go in that quite nicely, which my dad is going to cook tonight. But yeah, so let's just put these in there, maybe like so. And let's go down to the greenhouse, where we have a few tomatoes to harvest. And the trick here is basically don't wash them, leave the dirt on, and put them in like a bag and then put them in the fridge, and they'll last longer. Whereas if you take the dirt off and then put them in the fridge, they'll start to like rot. But we need to do this with all of these, so we're going to do that, and then we'll be back to show all the beetroots together. Before we do that, we need to cut off this squash. It's just down here, and you can see it's got a slightly sort of a crack, so we'll probably cut the bottom off and still use it potentially. So this one, it has one that's probably like the only one that hasn't done well on the plant. So we're keeping them on the plant for the moment, even if they are ready, until we need them. And that is a good way of storing them if you guys want to be storing them. It's just to keep them on the plant. They won't grow anymore, but it's just a good way to keep them until you need them. So now, finally, no more jobs up here, no more. No. Finally, we're going to go down to the greenhouse to harvest some tomatoes. So it's, well, it isn't raining now, but it was just raining, so we came inside, and we've got everything set out here. We've put a towel down just so the table doesn't get dirty. But we've got our whole harvest here, from our 3 courgette to our gazillion runner beans, to our beetroot leaves, to our peppers, our squash, and our like a billion beetroots. So this is quite a big harvest. We didn't realise it was going to be such a big harvest. But so if you did enjoy today's episode of a big harvest that was meant to be what we thought a small harvest, make sure you smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to hit those post notifications so you're notified when I upload my brand new videos. There's 2 videos popping up now. One is the what to sow in August, and the other one is the last harvest video that we did. But thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye guys.